Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and this is my review of the Ultra Boost Lite. So this is their light version of the Ultra Boost, and it looks very similar to all the other Ultra Boosts, right? And this is the Ultra Boost 2021, I believe. The 2022 version was pretty much the same exact shoe as this one. The upper was just a little bit different, so that's why I didn't review it. But this is more of just like a casual review. You know, it's because Ultra Boosts are super comfortable and a lot of people like to wear it casually. Of course, it is a running specific shoe, but I feel like, I've talked to a good amount of runners and they don't really like Ultra Boosts that much. A lot of runners just lean towards Nike or Asics or something like that, you know what I mean? So I haven't really seen any super serious runners Ryan Ultra Boost. But anyways, if you guys do want to cop, I'll try to leave the affiliate link in the description box. It's super freaking expensive at 190 bucks. But I mean, it started at 180, like all the way back to the original Ultra Boost, right? And I guess they increased the price by 10 bucks. I've seen some Ultra Boosts go for 200, so inflation, I guess, I don't know, it's super expensive, it's crazy. But anyways, let's get it started off with the Tracciones, and in this colorway, we have like a mix of black and red, right? And for the outsole, and we have, of course, this plate. It looks like it goes full length from the midfoot to the forefoot, and also they're using Continental rubber as they've always been from the original Ultra Boost as well, which is cool. It says Continental right here. So yeah, it seems like it has good grip. I wasn't really slipping around or anything. I mean, obviously it's not super important if the traction's good, but I don't want to be slipping around. You know what I mean? Like there's some shoes like Converse, if I'm on like a tiled floor or like wood floor, it kind of slides around a little bit, right? But these seem pretty damn good. For grip, I wasn't like sliding around or anything, and also it does seem pretty durable, especially comparing to the original Ultra Boost. You guys remember the originals? And the rubber seems a little bit thicker as well, so there is the outsole there. Moving on to the heel to toe transition. Also, heel to toe transition isn't super important for casual use. I mean, obviously it's way more important for running if you're seriously running, but this is more of like a casual review, like I said. But it's still kind of important to me personally, just because I don't like something that feels like a boot. You know what I mean? So for example, like the Jordan 12s, right? It's a great looking shoe. You know what I mean? It's a good looking shoe, but for basketball, it's not great in my personal opinion. And casually, it's not the most comfortable. I mean, it's comfortable because it has full length zoom and that feels great. But here in the heel, it's just like, that's a freaking, it's super stiff here in the heel. It has this edged out shape as well. So it's clunky here in the heel. And then once you go into the forefoot, it's a slapper, you know what I mean? Just because it has a flat shape, and there's zero flex in this entire sole just because it has this crazy carbon fiber plate, right? So yeah, I mean, I digress. The Ultra Boost super comfortable though, just because we have this really curved shape in the heel, fully exposed boost midsole, which feels very nice and soft and plush, and then super curved shape in the forefoot, and a lot of forefoot flex. Look at that crazy amount, which is crazy because you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but we have these plastic parts. This plate seems to extend all the way here into the forefoot on the lateral and also on the medial sideball. It still has a good amount of flex. So yeah, super smooth, very comfortable for heel to toe transition if you're just casually walking around. I did run in this a little bit as well, and that obviously it felt great as well. So there is the heel to toe transition. Moving on to the cushioning setup. The cushion is crazy nice. I really like this setup, and it's a little bit different than the original, or like the Ultra Boost 2021 and 2022, right? So it looks pretty much identical, right? And it kind of is. But first of all, the Ultra Boost Lite is supposed to be 30% lighter as far as the Boost material goes. And of course, that's a good thing because Boost is like, it's not light. You know what I mean? Comparing it to like React or Zoom X from Nike, or even Boom from Li Ning, it's actually pretty heavy. Feels like it's a high density foam just because, runners from Nike, they average around like 8, 9, even 7 ounces, right? Ultra Boost, they're more around like 12 ounces, right? So we'll get into the weight in a little bit, but they are saying it's 30% lighter than the other Ultra Boost, right? So here in the midsole, there's a crazy amount of compression in the heel, crazy amount of compression in the forefoot. It feels great. Just look at how thick it is. She is so damn thick with 4 C's, not even 3 C's, 4 C's. Just look at that. Look at the medial side. You know what I mean? So, and also obviously the forefoot, you're way lower to the ground. So it does give you an extra like 2 inches of height. And there is a really high offset as well. Like the heel is way higher than the forefoot, which is normal, of course, for running shoes as well. And also another thing that I really like that they did is not the insole. The insole is just a regular paper sock insole. It's like every other Adidas insole. It's just super thin. It doesn't feel very foamy or anything like that. But that's okay because of the strobo board, right? And the strobo board is a little bit different than the older Ultraboost as well, right? So we can see this cutout, but it doesn't feel glued down really at all. Or maybe like they did, I mean, they did glue it down, but it doesn't feel like it stiffened the actual like strobo board, right? If you feel other shoes, the strobo board, like when they glue it down, it feels really, really stiff, you know? But even not where the cutout is, but also like around it, where the actual like strobo board material is glued down, that part is also really, really soft. So the step in comfort and underfoot cushioning is really comfortable. You can feel your actual foot dig into the boost, which feels great, especially comparing it to the older Ultraboost, right? Even like the original Ultraboost, they had like a netted strobo board, but it felt a little bit more glued down, right? So this 2021 version, it still has that cutout, right? But the cutouts are obviously a little bit smaller, right? And also where the actual strobo board material is, it feels a little bit stiffer too. So step in comfort, I mean, step in comfort still was great here in the Ultraboost 2021, but here in the light version, it's a lot better, you know? So step in comfort is great. You have a crazy amount of compression from the actual midsole. I mean, Boost isn't super bouncy. It's more on the softer side of things, but I mean, that's very good if you want comfort, right? So the cushion is really, really nice, super soft and comfortable. If you're walking around all day, you should be fine here in the Ultraboost Light. And in my personal opinion, the step-in comfort is a little bit better than the older Ultraboost. And also, it seems like there is a little bit more compression here from the actual midsole too. So I do like the cushioning setup and might be one of Adidas's most comfortable shoes that you can get right now, right? So there is the cushioning setup there. Moving on to the materials. So we got a prime knit material. It's basically like a textile, and as you guys can see, it is on some parts of it. So it's basically like pressed with a lot of heat. So it gives the material a little bit more rigidity, a little bit more support on the edges, right? And then where the middle of the toe box is super stretchy. You can also see the ventilation holes, which is it's good for airflow, right? So it's super comfortable. It feels like every other Ultraboost. You know, it has that very nice sock-like feel. It stretches over your foot. And it's not stretchy only here in the toe box. It's also super stretchy where the tongue is, right? Here in the middle, right here, and also on top. It's super stretchy, so it, like I said, it stretches over your foot, and that feels really, really nice. And also another thing that I really like that they did is Achilles pads. And these are actually really thick. They're thick. They feel like memory foam even. And they feel very nice on the Achilles, you know, and also like on the sides of your foot or like your ankle bone. So that feels great as well. Comparing it to like the older Ultraboost, which don't have that. I mean, this one, it kind of did, but it's definitely not as pronounced. And also like, it's not as foamy, you know, so it definitely feels a lot better here in the light version. Of course, we have a crazy pull tab, just making the shoe super easy to slide on, just like a sock. And of course, we also have this Adidas 3 stripes cage, and it's just made up of plastic. It's kind of like stitched onto the upper as well. We have one on the lateral and also on the medial side, and it acts as eyelets for the laces. But honestly, for the Ultraboost, you don't really even need to use laces to tighten it up. You just slide it on, right? So there is the upper there. Moving on to the fit, I went true to size and it fits me extremely well, right? So I like that with snug fit just because, I mean, okay, so in my casual shoes, like the Jordan 12, if I'm just casually walking around, I want a roomier fit, right? Just because, you know, like leather, suede or whatever. But with this prime knit, even though I am using it casually, I want it to like kind of stretch over my foot because I feel like that feels a little bit better, especially for like that sock-like fit. So I went true to size and it fits me super snug, and I like that. But if you don't like that super snug fit or feel, then probably go up half a size just because it is a very snug fit, right? So here in the toe box, super snug. Width-wise, I would say it is like normal to slightly narrow as well. So yeah, it fits me extremely well, and I love the fit. Moving on to the ventilation. So ventilation, like I said, super nice, right? A lot of airflow through like all these ventilation holes. It's a thin material as well, so you should have good ventilation here in the Ultraboost Light. And now moving on to the weight. I'm actually pretty curious how much lighter this Ultraboost Light version is compared to the regular Ultraboost. It actually does feel a little bit lighter, but I'm not sure by how much. Let's see, 11.25 ounces for the regular pair. Let's check the light version. We got, ooh, 9.7 ounces. Oh, they did a good job with the boost. Now, Adidas, you guys have to put this in your hoop shoes, just because, you know, their hoop shoes are none of them are super light. You know what I mean? Like the Trae Young 2, the Harden Volume 7, the Donny 4, they're not super light. You know what I mean? So maybe they can incorporate this into their hoop shoes. I'll be super happy about that. But yeah, I mean, because the Boost is 30% lighter, it, you know, reduced the weight by a lot. So yeah, this shoe feels super light, very comfortable, very plush, and also very minimal, just because the upper is super minimal, you know? Moving on to the aesthetics, it looks like an Ultra Boost. I mean, I do like this colorway, I guess. It's a super bright neon red color. Hopefully it comes out on camera, but it's really bright. But the overall silhouette, it looks like an Ultra Boost. It's pretty much the same, you know, not a whole lot of difference. Of course, it says Ultra Boost with the TPU, with this external heel counter, you know, with the plastic cage. Overall, I do like how it looks. Tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yes, the Ultra Boost Lite, it's everything that you want in an Ultra Boost, but better. You know, in my personal opinion, a little bit better for the cushion, and also it's lighter weight. So what else can you ask for, you know what I mean? So yeah, this definitely is an upgrade, and I do like how Adidas is kind of like pushing the envelope of technology, just because I do really like how they made the midsole and Boost lighter, you know? So if you're looking for a super comfortable shoe and you don't mind spending a crap ton of money, 190 bucks, then you should definitely check the Ultra Boost Lite out. But anyways, that about concludes my review of the Ultra Boost Lite. Again, if you guys do want to cop, I'll try to leave in the free link in the description box, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.